Are we live? Oh, we are. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Hi. Uh, yeah, good start. So yeah, I scheduled it for 5 a.m. LA time. Which is what the fuck no? Who knows? 1 p.m. London. I am in London. Hi. What are we doing? I scheduled it, so means we are live. And I thought, okay, I'll schedule it at 4 5 a.m. Then I do some cleaning. That's an event. That's in an that's an event to do some cleaning. Yeah, because it hasn't been done in a very long time. But on Tuesday, I have like a special event, and it needs to be cleaned. So yeah, look at this. But I also made a bullet point. Let me close the window. Don't go anywhere. Done. So I also made a bullet point in my to-do list yesterday to do some recording, and I didn't. And the point of bullet points, the point of bullet points is to remind you that you promised yourself to do something. And if you didn't do it today, then let me go get some water. So if you didn't do it like when you first scheduled it, I figured that if I keep scheduling it, I'll eventually, oh God, dear, I'll eventually get to it. And this is what eventually looks like. So the plan is to do some live streaming. Very well aware that nobody's going to watch it. So what I'm doing this for? Let's talk about it like in 6 months' time. But right now, first of all, I'm realizing just now that I speak somehow louder than I would normally do because I'm streaming live and somehow it requires attention. So, but my plan was like to get this streaming around something that I read. Also an event, because yesterday I picked up this book and at some point I kind of somehow obtained it. And I kind of like the reassuring softness of the cover, the soft cover, and somehow it's like heavy enough. And I haven't read anything fictional in a very long time. And I thought yesterday I will do some reading. And I did. So when my morning plans finished, I went to a coffee shop with a book, ordered a coffee, and read for like half an hour. And that was like really, really cool. I find that reading is a luxury. Reading is a luxury. Okay. Let me put something in the chat. Hello world. Yeah, like we are learning programming. Here you go. I wrote down hello world and I added, let me add some emojis. Where are the emojis? Oh my God, they're so amazing. Look at this. Like, yeah. What Dina did. That's the name of my channel. Oh, I set it up like a long time ago and I thought I was going to be a famous ASMR artist. I don't know. Okay. So we're reading The Portable Veblen. I have no idea what Veblen means, by Elizabeth Mackenzie. And there is a squirrel on the cover. And I'm not going to start from the beginning because, yeah, like I'm not starting it on a Monday or whatever. You doesn't have to be a Monday, doesn't have to be beginning. You start somewhere and then Then I figure it out. It's messy. I washed that bit of the floor. I washed it. So square breath, square breathing, square. I don't want to go to that. I don't want to go to that. Oh, that's a reference to 30 Rock. Maybe, just maybe. Because this is my first live stream and I have this. Maybe I'll wear this. I don't know how do I see myself? Is it mirroring or so this is right? Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, one more. Oh, okay. Here you go. For several years before meeting Paul, Veblen had steered clear of romantic entanglements. So Veblen is her name. Veblen? Never met anybody with this name. Haunted by runaway emotions and a few sad breakups in the past. No one will ever understand me, she often cried when feeling sorry for herself. Sometimes it was all she could do not to bite her arm until her jaw ached and take note of how long the teeth marks showed. She had made false assumptions in those early experiences, such as that love meant becoming inseparable, and a few sweet suitors came and went, none of them ready for all-out fusion. She began to realize she hadn't been looking for a love affair, but rather a human safe house from her mother, a legitimate excuse to be busy with someone else, an all-loving being who would ever after uphold her as did the earth beneath her feet. This is really silly. I love it. Okay, this is from Disneyland. Yeah, of course. Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. I haven't been to Disney World. Maybe this year. I'll obviously tell you if I go. If I keep up with this thing, which I want to do, because why not? This is one of those things, yeah, because I can. So she came to recognize her weaknesses through these trial and error relationships and lament that she had them. In a tug of war of want and postponement, she continued with her deeply romantic beliefs, living in a state of wistful anticipation for life to become as wonderful as she was sure someday it would. Veblen's best friend since sixth grade, Albertine Brooks, smart and training as a Jungian analyst in San Francisco, had been alarmed by the sudden onslaught of Paul. Veblen, she felt, had unprocessed shadows, splitting issues, and would be prone to animus projections and primordial fantasies with destructive consequences. But Veblen only laughed. I don't know what animus is. And how can we solve it? I'm going to Google it. Or can I ask GPT? What is animus? Let me ask ChatGPT what is animus. Now, what is animus? Animus, that's how you can have psychology, Jungian. Oh, that's the one. Jung's analytical psychology, the animus represent the masculine aspect of woman's personality. It is a counterpart for the anima, which represent the feminine aspect of a man's personality. The animus influences how a woman relates to the world and interacts with men, often appearing in dreams or fantasies as a figure that represents authority, judgment, and initiative. And in Latin, it means soul, animus, soul. And historically had been used to refer to a rational soul. So what we have here, because it's like it gives us this, the concept of Jung. Yeah, you pronounce him Carl Jung. Jung. Okay, in Jungian psychology, animus is masculine within the feminine, which I'm not going to talk about right now. Over the years, they had discussed almost scientifically the intimate details of their romances. For Veblen, starting with Luke Hartley in the back of the school bus returning from a field trip to the state capital. Sure, he'd paid heaps of attention as they marched through the legislative chambers, standing close and gazing raptly at her hair, even plucking out a leaf. Sure, he asked her to sit with him on the bus. Yet it wasn't until the last second, when he touched her, that she believed he might have feelings for her. She told Albertine about his milky tasting tongue and Roman hamster like hands. And then Albertine prepared her for the next step of unzipping his pants. And with Albertine's pragmatic voice in her ear, that's what she attempted next time she and Luke were making out in the athletic field after school. A difficult grab under his weight, shearing her skin on the metal teeth as she grasped his zipper and pushed her away and groaned, "Too late. Too late? Wow. You had to do it really fast, or a guy didn't want anything to do with you." She pulled away, staring dismally over the grass, a failure at love already. But Albertine said later, "No, you dummy. He meant he'd already ejaculated." Huh? What were you doing right before? Just running on the lawn, kissing? Okay, exactly. You mean, yeah, I mean. Oh, so that's good. Good enough. It could have been better. In that instance, Albertine helped Veblen overcome her habit of assuming fault when someone said something cryptic to her. This is really silly. But it's really soft. So you think he's still attracted to me? She asked. Yeah, Veblen. Wow, I thought it meant I blew it. You wished you blew it. Veblen wrinkled her nose. But you don't actually blow on anything, do you? No, said Albertine pityingly. Albertine had, for her part, over the years, partaken of a number of greedy encounters that had led to a surprising lack of heartbreak. Veblen could never drive. Rewind that. Veblen could never dive in with someone like that and not feel anything. She'd always admired Albertine and put her ambitions before her family or guys, and didn't cling to anybody but Carl Jung. She frequently lent Veblen books to help with her psychological development, but none of them seemed to address the central issue: Veblen's instinctive certainty that the men who asked her out would not understand her if they got to know her better. Then along came Paul. Little more than 3 months ago, they had been strangers at the Stanford University School of Medicine. Veblen, a new office assistant in neurology. There, every morning, she took to her desk, wedged between the printer and the file cabinet, threw her bag into a drawer, pulled out her chair, logged in, horizontal ribs of light. Again, horizontal ribs of light flickered across her desk, signaling her last allotment of morning. Horizontal ribs of light flickered across her desk, signaling her last allotment of morning. Later, the sun would hit the handsome oak in the courtyard and make its sharp leaves shimmer. In between, she'd harness her fingers and drift away, typing up the minutes from the tumor board on a draft of one of the doctor's professional papers or case notes. She was amazingly good at dissociating. Alleged to be unhealthy. Dissociating. A common mistake, people pronounce it disassociating. Very common mistake. And sort of acceptable somewhat. Yeah, and I've been ruminating on it, not so much, but a little bit. So it's dissociating, not disassociating, because I is already a prefix, right? So it's dis. And associating is actually the word associate. I'm pretty sure it would come from the same family society. Dissociate. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Ugh. She was amazingly good at dissociating, alleged to be unhealthy, but which she had found vital to her survival over the years. Let me do something. So I have these glasses, right? So because of my advanced age, glasses sort of came into my life. And it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, ooh, sweet. I can't really see myself here. Oh, God. Oh, God. My book started to type on my razor. Okay. This is okay. One or the other? Or both? Or this? Okay. All right, going one. I don't know where it goes. I think I'm gonna give it to friend's daughter because I don't need it, right? I don't need the stitch. I need to ask. Let me ask her if she likes stitches. Right now, I'm gonna text her. What is it? And I'll tell you what the answer is. Babe, here are your two children into stitch? Okay, let's see what she answers. So, across the office sat Laurie Tits, a competent, muscular woman of 40 with a pursed mouth that looked disapproving at first, but really wasn't. Veblen felt uncomfortably watched the first time Paul stopped by to see her. But no, it was only the set of Laurie's lips. Veblen liked her, despite being captive to her daily conversations with her husband about their home improvements and shopping lists. Pick up some cheese and light bulbs today. Don't forget, love you. That was the part she hated when Laurie said, love you. Dr. Choudhury, Dr. Choudhury, would arrive carrying and a Tupperware tub filled with snacks made by his wife. He was a small, quiet man with large round eyes, a shaggy mustache covering his lips, slightly bent aviator glasses, and broken embroidery sticking up like ganglia from the fabric of his white coat. Louis Choudhury, MD. Let's do the ganglia. ChatGPT, ganglia. What is it? Ganglia are structures found in the nervous system that consist of clusters of nerve cell bodies. They serve as relay points and processing centers for nervous signals. And there are like some bunch of different ganglia. So ganglia, but we need etymology because it will make sense better, because it's like dangling. The term ganglia, Greek ganglion, which means a swelling actually, a knot. Also ganglia, a knot, swelling, so not danglia. Yeah, because it was, if it was dangling, it would be a danglia, not ganglia. Oh, I'm so funny. Okay, so, but ganglia from fabric and broken embroidery sticking up like ganglia from the fabric of his white coat. So it's like a swelling knot sticking out from the fabric of his white coat. From her desk on any given day, sparkling, she could see squirrels hurling themselves through the canopy of the trees, causing limbs to buckle and sweep. She started to realize that squirrels were the only mammals who lived right out in the open near humankind. Despite this aura of neighborliness, recipes for squirrels were included in the joy of cooking or the securest case of misplaced trust. That was the day Chaudhry approached her with a manila envelope, the envelope of destiny, she and Paul came to call it. Ugh. Okay. What can I tell you? I need to put some lotion on my hands because it's like really dry. Because remember, I've been cleaning. This is kind of liberating. I'm like cleaning. So I'm going to finish this room. I dust it. It's not gonna be like perfect. It's gonna be clean. There will be no dust. I will need to do the bathroom, the bedroom, the hallway, and I might actually get some stuff out to the thrift store on Monday, because I'm guessing it's closed today. Tomorrow is Monday. Okay. I also need to dust all of these, and it's kind of very strange feeling that like in the middle of cleaning, which again hasn't happened in a very long time, I don't clean because it's like, I don't know, I'm not enjoying it and I'm not good at it. Yeah. Why am I not looking at the screen, I wonder, as I record, as I stream? By the way, this is going to be 1 hour long every fucking day. I think if I swear on stream, it goes into a different algorithm. Okay, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I don't have to figure out everything right now. Right now, it was important to find out what ganglia is, how it's different from danglia. Danglia is not a word. Right now, it's important to also say that my plan for today is finish cleaning, attend 2 meetings, maybe 3. I said see you tomorrow at one of the meetings, so probably I'll catch a bit of it. So, but there is definitely one in a few hours, in a couple of hours really, that I do attend every time. Then another one, 7 p.m. UK, and it will run for an hour and a half. But I also want to catch the one that is 8 p.m. UK start, but it will go for a little bit longer. So I will catch the end. So that's the plan. I will probably need to go out too because the flowers that I have. Can you see? Can I see? Yeah, it's like, over there. They dried. They're like, dried roses. And I don't really mind, but I need fresh flowers. Somehow I decided that I need fresh flowers. So I need to go out and get some flowers. Um, the thing is, for the past forever weeks, I dissociated. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I dissociated like for years. I dissociated first. Every Saturday, Sunday, I spent volunteering in a charity, and that was the pinnacle of dissociation because I didn't want to be with my feelings. I didn't want to face whatever I had to face. That was a big one. So, like, my Monday to Friday job would be like out of this world stressful. And then Saturday and Sunday, different kind of stress. Like, I didn't see it as stress, but it was engaged in the different type of relationships I had with people. And I enjoyed it for a long time, years actually. It was Sunday, just Sunday first, and it was Saturday and Sunday. So I did not have a minute to sit and relax because I occupy my days like really, really fully. Nonetheless, what I didn't want to face, loneliness. And what did I want to face? Myself. This like, not being able to accept myself. That's what it is. Like not finding myself aligned with the rest of the world, not feeling accepted, like not feeling like I belong, not feeling invited to the party. I mean, the world, not the real, actually party. That was that. That's like, you run away. I did, and not much changed my perspective a little bit. It might actually go to hell tomorrow. I might like, feel depressed again, which is very, very serious possibility. But for now, it feels like I'm recording it because there is very little that I need to hide at all. Well, I'm not going to give you my address and like, all this privacy stuff, obviously. And I know nobody's watching, so it's just cool. This is like kind of liberating. I'm recording. It's going to be there. I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to keep it because like, why not? And that was like Sundays. But when I stopped doing all this volunteering, all of a sudden I had like Sundays open. But Saturdays are always busy. Legit. Sundays were always very, very long walks along the river, like really long walks, like miles and miles, like a near like a marathon. Not I've never actually done the marathon, but like near that distance. But we are not into metrics. I'm not into metrics because like it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And this is like the first staying at home actually and cleaning and being present. And this is the epitome of being present, putting it on tape. I'm not gonna rewatch it, unlikely. But yeah, never say never. Let's learn some more words. So glasses, kind of, yeah. Kind of start to dig it. Do you know where to find the research labs? Chaudhry asked her. Sure. Find Paul Vreeland, then tell him the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Veblen raised her eyebrows. Wouldn't that be kind of awkward? Tell him it's coming from me. She still wasn't crazy about the idea. Why? What did he do? He had a great opportunity here and he's throwing it away. Gee, that's too bad. He's not the first, Chaudhry said. That hall, with its sharp smells and vibrations and a high number of bins for hazardous waste, was unknown territory for her. At last, someone directed her to Vreeland's lab, and she entered after knocking a few times without response. Curled over a buzzing table saw, with his dark hair hanging over his safety goggles, he looked every bit a mad scientist absorbed by his master plan. Dr. Vreeland, she cleared her throat. Dr. Vreeland, hello, excuse me. Her nostrils contracted from the stench of singed flesh. Maybe she tottered or blanched. He glanced up and ripped off his goggles. His elbows sending a row of beakers off the table while the saw screeched on, spraying a curtain of red mist into his lab coat and the wall. Oh shit. Glass snapped and crackled under his soles as he threw the switch on the saw and covered the gory mess with a blue apron. An ominous empty cage sat atop the stainless steel slab. Oh, like the writer who is Elizabeth Mackenzie, so many stainless steel slab. Oh, nice. Sorry, I didn't hear you coming. God. Yeah, sorry. I knocked. I wasn't sure. He insisted it was his fault, not hers. He didn't mind that she came in. Hours would go by when no one came in. He'd get wrapped up and forget the time. And when she asked what he was doing, he began to explain his work, mentioning apologetically that small mammals were suited for neurological research because one could easily expose the cortex, apply special dyes or probes or electrodes directly to observe the activities of neurons and test for humans. And in his case, for the men and women of the armed forces who needed breakthroughs fast. Basically, I'm moving toward a breakthrough for brain injury treatment, he concluded, smoothing down his hair, and it was at that moment she realized how adorable he was. I'm a little obsessed right now. I dream about it at night. Is that all you dream about? She asked. He might have blushed. Well, maybe I need a new dream, he said, with an endearing look on his face. Oh well, sorry to cause such a ruckus, she said, wondering why she had to sound so weird. Who said ruckus these days? It was for this, she said, handing him the envelope. Oh, from Chaudhry, finally. As he glanced into the envelope, she picked up the product literature for the Volta Bone band saw. Wow, are these features really great or something? What features? She read them off. Diamond coated blade, has no teeth, and will not cut fingers. Cleans up quick and easy. Red blade eliminates bone dust, splash guards, and bone screens included. I don't know. It's always a little shocking to see the commercial underbelly of research, he agreed. He had dimples and friendly eyes. There is this whole parallel consumer reality in the medical and defense industries. It takes some getting used to. And right there, Veblen had been lobbed one of her favorite topics, the gargoyle of marketing and advertising. I believe it. But what's weird about this, marketing is supposed to kindle the anticipatory daydream, supposedly the most exciting phase of acquisition. But here, what would you What would be the daydream? Freedom from bone dust, of course, which is very exciting. Look at this thing. He added spring over to open the drawer from which he removed a 2.5-inch disc that resembled the strainer for a shower drain. This is a titanium plate we screw on after a craniotomy. Craniotomy. Thank you. Oh, really? From the sleeve, she read reconstruct large, vulnerable openings, LVOs, in the cranium, fully inert in the human body, immune to attack from bodily fluids, cosmetic deformity correction to acceptable levels. They both laughed nervously. Weird. Large vulnerable openings so common they need an acronym? She asked, suddenly blushing. Yes, as a matter of fact, they are. Oh, and it's good, he added. Why? Well, I mean, if the LVO is the result of a procedure to improve the condition, then it's good. He tossed the plate back into the drawer and went to the sink to wash his hands. I've seen those at the hardware store for about 95 cents, Veblen said. Try between 2 and 3,000 for us. That's crazy. Yeah, so I was about to take a break. Want to get something in the cafe? He asked, looking away. Oh, sure, why not? They had coffee and oatmeal raisin cookies together on the palm potted atrium where the staff went for air. Oh, oh, hold on. My battery's lying low. Hold on. How is it? Let's address this. I'm addressing this. I'm addressing this. I'm addressing this. Okay, I have addressed this, I think. Oh, because the computer is like all the states. Oh, okay. The, it's flimsy. The power socket is UK. The computer has the US. So there is an adapter, but it's like really flimsy. So now are we out of the woods? We have 7%. We are out of the woods. Let's do more of this. It smells of watermelon and mint. And if I am not mistaken, this is from the Dollar Tree in Lake Tahoe. Could be really wrong, but the smell is divine. And I'm surprised how fast my hands absorb lotion. So I practice yoga a lot, and the schedule is as follows. I go to a studio day and take 2 Dharma classes, and they're hot. The heating is up to, I don't know, 100 degrees, I think, Fahrenheit, which is like 42. So that's good. Cause like, I think that's because of the fear of losing flexibility as the bones age and like mature. So mature bones are less prone to bend. And I'm like really freaking out. So like right now, it's probably more important that I keep up the practice